and welcome to Villa TV and to Matchday Live. We're back at Villa Park following a 3.5-week hiatus from any home games. However, we're picking up straight from where we left off. It's Crystal Palace back for more, this time in the Premier League. Villa looking for a different result to that of the Carabao Cup. My name is Kate Tracey, and joining me, two former villains, McInally and Ahmed Elmohamady. Alan, how are you first and foremost?
Hi, I am absolutely delighted we're back to Premier League football. Delighted obviously to be back to Villa Park. And an opportunity for us today to just get back in the track that we were on. We hit a little bump in the road, happens in the season. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. It's tough for the lads with the the international matches as well. But I want the boys to, there's a couple of things that a few players need to do today to make sure we get the right result.
And Elmo, as Alan was just saying there, it's football at the end of the day. It's never going to be completely seamless. We've seen that with Man City even so far this season. The pair of you two were both in Bruges, though, for that Champions League game. How was your time out there?
Yeah, one of those games, we expected us to win, but we went there, we started very well the game, we had a few chances. Oli and Morgan, missed a few chances, but it's like I said, one of those games, the mistake from Tyrone, it's only happened, once in your lifetime, so he will learn from it. He had a great game, by the way, Tyrone. He played very well, but like I said, one of those games, we have to just ignore it now and learn from that mistake and move forward. Like Alan said, it's great to be back. No international football until March, which is very good, and yeah, hopefully a big win today.
See, Elmo's just spoken about the game. The chocolates and the beer were absolutely fantastic.
They were the two I wanted to ask you most. We can forget about the football for now. I wanted to ask you about
the beer.
The
Was lovely, and I've ate too many. It's okay, he's all right. He's still thin. I had more than enough chocolate. Hey, listen.
Chocolate.
It's chocolate at the end of the day.
It's chocolate at the end of the day, exactly. I was going to say, look, it was a toughie for us. They weren't better than us. And to be honest, we should have got something out of the game. We just didn't quite manage it. It's a learning curve, because we've got another one coming up here on Wednesday night against Juventus, and then our next away game is in Leipzig, which won't be easy, but hopefully we've learned a few lessons, even just from that Bruges away Champions League game. Because remember, for a lot of these players, they haven't done that. They're playing in Europe, and I did it all my life. It's not easy. Saturday or Sunday, Tuesday or Wednesday, and they come thick and fast. You pick up injuries, you pick up a dip in form, you still need to roll your sleeves up. This is an opportunity today, and I'll say it all day today on TV. This is an opportunity for some of our players to get back to exactly what they've shown us before. We've got a team, we've got injuries coming to us. They beat us in the cup. We have an opportunity to make sure we get 3 points in the league today, most importantly.
Now, you talk about injuries. We have got team news to bring you as well. So we're going to show you some of these graphics. Starting off first and foremost with Aston Villa, we expected the changes. We spoke about the injuries as well. Now, of course, Emi Martinez is in goal. At right back, though, Bogard comes in. Diego Carlos in the centre. And, of course, Konsa is out, but Pau Torres also making up that back line. And Ian Matson, Luca Dean is on the bench. Ross Barkley comes in for Amadou Onana alongside Yuri Tielemans in that double pivot. John McGinn on his 250th start alongside Morgan Rogers and Leon Bailey, and Ollie Watkins up front. Now, Crystal Palace have also been hit by some injury worries. Dean Henderson is in goal, but we do have Gahey in the back line, Lacroix, Chalobah, Mitchell, Devney, Doucouré, Hughes, Munoz, Mateta and Sarr up front. So, again, as we talk a little bit about the injuries, both teams now, Elmo, will be struggling with that. But we talk about Aston Villa's strength and depth all the time, and to be able to bring in a player such as Ross Barkley for Amadou Onana just gives us that extra depth.
As normal, every team in the league have injuries, especially at this time of the year with so many games, especially the clubs playing in the European football. So yeah, we got Boba and JJ out today. Ross Barkley is back, Matty Cash on the bench, which is good for us. And the young lad is starting the right back. I remember, he's making his Premier League debut against Leicester away, and he did very well. He played very well. He had a good game. That's a good thing about the manager. He gives the young players, the confidence, and they honestly, they did very well. And the experienced players around them, they give him more confidence. So hopefully today he has a good game. And the good thing as well about Crystal Palace, they missing their best player, Izzy. He always makes a good move. He always scores goals. He always makes assists. So the good thing, they missing him today. And he's one of the best players in the league for me, you know, and he can make things happen and can win them games. So for us, you know, it's a great for us, you know, he's missing the game today.
It is, isn't it? Let's say bad news for Crystal Palace, Alan, but we spoke about that and how good Eze is, and it was always Eze and Elise last year. Of course, Elise went out to Bayern Munich, but they're also missing Nketiah and also Wharton.
I think Wharton's a bigger miss for them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Eddie Nketiah. I thought he did okay at Arsenal. You know, I don't see him as being a top striker. I don't think we were ever in the hunting to take him from Arsenal. But he's done okay. I think Wharton in the middle of the park's a big miss for them. And obviously, I'm not going to speak about Eze because he's super. And he was good here. He scored a really good header against us in the League Cup. And it's an advantage for us that he's not playing. But even so, I mean, I'm not worried about Crystal Palace too much. I'm looking at us. I'm looking at, you know, Diego Carlos having one of his better games at the back. Has to be with Pau, etc., etc. I'm delighted Matson's got the opportunity because I think he goes forward more than what Lucas does at fullback. Genuinely. Bogard, it's up to you, kid. You have an opportunity. The manager said, I'm going to put Matty Cash on the bench because that makes us strong in the last 20 minutes if we had to change something. It's up to you to make sure I don't bring Matty Cash on for you. So there's opportunities for players. And Nedeljkovic is still a bit young, 19, 20, his time will come. But I think what I'm looking at there today, I'm hoping the boys get 3 points, genuinely. And Morgan Rogers, I had said on TV with us talking about Aston Villa, he just has to get a bit of spark back. I know it's been tough for him. Just signed a new contract. He's an England international now. Come and show me. I want to leave the stadium tonight having said something like, did you see Morgan Rogers today? I want to say that. I don't want to say, where was Morgan Rogers? He's been taken off after 70 minutes. And I'm going to say to him, by the way, I expect a big game from him today. I genuinely am. And it's because he's my favourite. You know he's my favourite. Yeah. So I ask more of my favourites to say, come on then. Come on. I want to leave the stadium and go, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, and he's got an opportunity to do it today.
If you remember, you know, first game of the season we were here, you know, we spoken about Morgan. I said to you, you know, October, November time, he will be in England squad, and he did because he's a very talented player, you know. He's one of those, you know, like Izzy for Crystal Palace, can make things happen, can make Oli take, can make him assists and that. And the manager spoke about Morgan, you know, he can score more goals, he can make more assists. Yeah. And to be fair, you know, I've been there before. When you go international, it gives you the confidence in the world. Believe me, sign a new contract as well, you will see him scoring goals today.
We're going to talk a little bit. No, yeah, go on.
No, I was only going to say, we're talking about Morgan, we haven't mentioned John, obviously, and we've talked about the fullbacks areas. We've got a player playing the right-hand side that I don't know whether it actually worked with Enzo on that right-hand side, is Leon Bailey. I want him to go and be a winger. I want him to go and take players on, get the ball into the box, and be as explosive as everybody else we're talking about.
Drive forwards. Like I say, the pair of you two are in punchy form today. I like this a lot. We mean business. But someone who is such a stalwart of the team is, of course, our captain. You just mentioned him briefly there, Alan. John McGinn, who is making his 250th Villa appearance today.
Comes to McGinn. Oh, what a goal! John McGinn with a blockbuster. That is sensational. 4 minutes having gone behind. John McGinn. Deflected into the box. He goes. It's super John McGinn. Magical. Shot blocked. McGinn! John McGinn with what you feel is a crucial second goal for Villa.
Look down away from Buendia, but Ramsey recycles it. Oh, what a strike from McGinn! A quite magnificent finish from distance. Backing from Bailey for John McGinn.
Back out to Matty Cash. Cash with the cross in, and how to go? That is enough. That is John McGinn. The captain comes to the rescue.
Towards the RB, as far as John McGinn. Leon Bailey, John McGinn. 1-0 Villa.
John McGinn, he made sure.
The goalkeeper's got all the way in! John McGinn! And he celebrates in front of the whole tent as Villa take the lead again in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's been quite the rise, hasn't it, for John McGinn? After he was signed by Steve Bruce in the Championship to now leading his team out, Elmo, in the Champions League.
Yeah, of course, you know, John is one of the best players I have played with, you know. He's a great lad. He's our captain now. I remember first day he came to a training ground, he was a little bit skinny, he's bigger now. So, yeah, it's a long way for John, you know, playing in the Championship with the club now, playing in the Champions League and the Premier League. He's the club captain, so it's a great journey for him. So I hope today, you know, in his 250 cap for Aston Villa, you know, to score a goal today, to celebrate it, because he deserves it. He's one of the great lads, you know, and he's our captain, and you know his performance in every game, he gives you 9 or 10 out of 10, you know. So yeah, hopefully it's a good game for John today, and he scored as well.
And he's coming here in good form as well. 2 goals for Scotland. He's now up to 5th in the all-time Scottish goal scorers. I think it's 20 goals he's on now, so comes here in good form.
Oh, listen, the couple of results for Scotland in the last break there were just fantastic. And what we don't talk about John is I never point my finger at him and say he didn't give me everything he's got. He's one of the players, I'll guarantee you, that you don't have to ask him to give you everything he's got, because he's going to do it. You won't actually believe this, that we're talking about John McGinn. I was in Scotland last week, and a Hibs fan came up to me and said, it's an absolute disgrace that Aston Villa paid £2 million for John McGinn. He should have been worth 10. And I said, well, I'm sorry, you're not getting him back now because he's our captain. Honestly, this week, so the Hibs fans are still disgruntled that they didn't get enough money for him and he's not there. But listen, he's just... If you want to play with some players in your team, you want John McGinn beside you, because you know that you can trust him and you know he's going to give you everything. And he's just been so good for us. And I'm with Elmo. If he scored today, it would be just absolutely fantastic. So I genuinely wish him all the best today.
And the leadership qualities that he has, because of course when he got the captaincy, it was in uncertain times for Aston Villa at that point, Elmo. And you wondered if it weighed heavy on him at that point, but the leadership that Alan has just spoken about then, it's everything he exudes.
Yeah, I've been in the dressing room, you know, with John before, and he's loved by everyone at the club, you know, the players, you know, the kit room stuff, the manager, the coaching stuff, so the fans as well, you know. So he's kind of this guy, you know. He's a funny lad as well. So yeah, it's great to have him as a captain.
He's funny. He thinks he's funny.
He's funny. Believe me, he's funny. I've been there with him, you know. So yeah, hopefully today is a good day for John.
Yeah, hopefully so. I mean, one of the most surreal things of late was walking into a conversation with you and him were having over the lunch table about submarines. Honestly, these we'll get onto any sort of subject.
We weren't speaking Scottish at the time, it was a different language.
No, you weren't. I didn't want to butt in, but I had no idea what they were going on about. Now, speaking of internationals, we've had so many Aston Villa players going across and representing their country, notably, though, with England, of course. We had Konsa, Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers, all in action. Morgan Rogers making his England debut. And Morgan, after he returned from his international duties to Bodymore last week, caught up with our media team.
Another reward for all the work you've been doing has been your England call-up. How did it feel when you got that news?
Yeah, it's been a mad few weeks for me. With that's probably the best thing that's happened to me so far in my career. I think, yeah, it's something that is still hard now to put into words, that feeling when you get told that, and being there with the players that I was with and experiencing that moment, that will obviously stay with me forever. And hope I get many more caps in the future, but it's down to me and how I play and how I work hard, and I'm wanting to reach more levels to be there and maintain there and stay there.
And there's obviously one thing being called up, but then you managed to get on the pitch in both games as well. Yeah. You know, what kind of was running through your head when that was happening? Kind
of like my year, really. Everything just happens so quickly, and when one thing happens, another thing happens. So it's just being ready and being prepared the best as possible. I think the players I'm with, I think it makes your life easy when you come onto the pitch, that you know you're playing with the calibre of players that I was entering the field with. So I think that makes it a lot easier and a lot more comfortable, and just in your zone, really trying to play your normal game and be you, and try and take away from the moment out your head, really, and just play with that freedom and that enjoyment for football, which I try and do every time I play.
And obviously everyone here at Aston Villa is really proud of you. So it must be the same with your family and friends as well, and you know, it's a massive moment, isn't it?
Yeah, my family, they've been non-stop supporting me, non-stop texting me and telling me how proud I am, and that means the world to me. Just knowing I can do people around me proud, and they hopefully they get some proudness out of it, in terms of they're the reason that I'm in this position. They've done so much for me growing up and stuff, and I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be the person or the player I am without them. So it's not just on me, it's them as well. It's not just I go out there and do it, but there's a lot behind the scenes that they do for me that allow me to be who I am. So yeah, I owe a lot to my family.
Rodgers, oh lovely turn, Morgan Rodgers, terrific goal!
Release to Morgan Rodgers with Ollie Watkins if he needs him. Morgan Rodgers goes in!
This is Rodgers, and that's 2-0.
Presenting it to Rodgers, tight area. And beautifully stuck home. And the Villa response was not long in the coming. Morgan Rodgers providing it.
Welcome back to Matchday Live with myself, Kate Tracey, alongside Alan and Elmo. Now, it has been quite a week for Morgan Rodgers, not only making his England debut, but also signing a new contract with Aston Villa that will keep him at the club till 2030.
Morgan, congratulations on your new contract. How does it feel to have extended your stay here?
Yeah, I'm delighted. Yeah, I'm really happy from the club to show that trust and that faith in me. Yeah, I'm just so grateful that I can be here for many more years to come and continue on this project. So yeah, I can't wait.
And you've signed a new deal until 2030. What are your short and long-term ambitions for that time?
Just to keep improving, keep progressing, keep trying to get better and reach new heights and new levels, which I won't stop doing. Yeah, it's been a good start to the season for me personally and as a team, but we've got goals, we've got ambitions. I've got goals, I've got ambitions that I want to set. I want to reach new levels and keep getting better. And yeah, this is just a start in my eyes. So yeah, I can't wait to carry on.
And it's been a whirlwind since you joined, hasn't it? How do you reflect on your Villa journey since joining from Middlesbrough?
Yeah, it's been quick. Everything's happened at once, and having to learn on the fly and kind of improve and get better and take steps. But I think everything coming fast for me, I think's helped me and improved me. I think there's no better way than playing in the games that I've played in and getting that experience out there. And yeah, I think I've just really enjoyed it, and I hope it continues.
And you've had a really strong start to the season as well here. 3 goals, 3 assists. How much are you enjoying your football at this moment in time?
Yeah, I think probably the best form obviously of my life, and I just want to keep that going. I don't want to stop. I don't want to take my foot off the gas. I think that's down to the staff, the players. I think that I play around. I think they bring the best out of me and give me the confidence and the belief to show everyone what I'm about. And yeah, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue and try and get better and better and see where it takes me.
Yeah, it's been a busy time of things of late for Morgan Rodgers. Of course, making his international debut, signing a new contract. Alan, it feels only right that I should start with you, as you have already said yourself, he is your favourite.
No, yes, but listen, it's only because I was lucky in my football career. I played with imposing individuals. I mean, one particular who's at least the same size as Morgan Rodgers was a guy called Stefan Effenberg, who was a German international who was absolutely unbelievable when I played with him with Bayern Munich. And he imposed himself in the game. His touch was good, his passing was brilliant, and he got goals as well. And I want Morgan not to be the same. I want him to be Morgan. But all I've seen so far from him is him getting better and better and better. And there's no question under Unai Emery that Unai, the boss, has a way of making players better, and he's just got himself another England international. I want him to put himself in the game today. I want him to be on the ball as often as he can, and I want him to play balls forward, but I want him also to get into the box. The only thing I'm going to have a go at him is if he doesn't get double-figure goals in a season, I'll be like, how not? Come on, because you've got it. Because he gets into the box, and I like the way he takes players on. And as long as he makes goals for Ollie Watkins, regardless whether I want him to score goals, that's his job. Let's make sure he does it today.
And Elmo, you called it, as you said earlier on in the show, that he will be getting the senior call-up for England before too long. He's got that, and from what we could see through the TV, it looked as though he relished that opportunity.
Yeah, of course. In the pre-season in US, I was there, and you can see in the games he was the standout player, and you can feel it. He's having a great season already. So his performance since the start of the season has been magnificent, absolutely magnificent. The England manager was here a few games, and he was the one looking for with Ollie Watkins and Ezri Konsa, and his performance in every single game. He can make things happen. He's one of those players. He can find the pocket between the lines, and he can make Ollie Watkins stick as well. But to be fair to the manager, Monchi and Damien, to get him from Middlesbrough to here, it was a good move.
On the other hand, my heart sank genuinely when he got called up to the England squad, because I was thinking if any of our players need a little break, I was thinking he might need just 10 days just taking a break. But I think probably the England thing is just give him a little bit more energy, and hopefully we see that today.
But when you're a young player, you go into the first team, the national team, you're always excited to play, and he did very well when he came on. The assist for Bellingham in the first game and the second game as well at Wembley. So it will give him the all confidence in the world, signing a new contract. So it's great to have him until 2030 with us.
And Alan, I guess that is kind of a catch-22 situation, really. Well, actually, probably just a positive nightmare to have. That it's a sign of a big club when you have that many players that are getting an international call-up. So when Morgan got that call-up, fantastic for him. But as you say, none of our team are really getting that much of a break.
No, that's true. But then again, if you're going to play with a top international football team like Aston Villa is, with international football players in it, that's what you've got to expect, which means also quality of players in positions that you have to fight for. Just because Morgan's done really well, he has to play every week at the top level. He's going to keep his place in the team. That's what you have to do when you're a top player. And we will attract other good players to the football club that will hopefully drive this football club on to be playing in the position we're in just now. He's done fantastic, Morgan Rogers. He really has. I'm going to pull back a little bit and just say I want him just to enjoy the next month. I want plenty from him, but I'm not putting too much pressure on him to say he's got to score a goal every day, or every game rather, just because he signed a new contract. He is absolutely my favourite though, because I think he's got a big future in this football club.
We've got high expectations for our players, haven't we? And certainly today as well. But as you say, what we really want to see from Morgan Rogers again is just his brilliant best. Now, Black Friday is just around the corner, and we're not going to miss out on giving you a deal here at Aston Villa. So we have got one coming your way as part of our Black Friday push. So obviously, to thank the fans for their unbelievable support, the club is excited to unveil some of the best deals yet. From Wednesday, November 27th, you'll be able to shop Villa merchandise online and in the Villa store. Then you'll also have hospitality and tickets, memberships, much more. This is the biggest Black Friday sale yet. So search Aston Villa Black Friday now. Sign up to be the first to receive those deals. You two can't sign up just yet, I'm afraid. But in other news this week, Al and I have been in action because we have been hosting the official Aston Villa podcast.
Brilliant.
Lee Henry was our most recent guest. He was
so
fantastic.
Good. So good. The wee man, well, listen, he was part of the fabric here. He's a Birmingham boy. He was here for a long, long time, and he laid it bare bones with us as well, Kate, didn't he? We talked about the good times, we talked about the bad times, and what came over is, his time at Aston Villa is just dear to Lee. Yeah. And listen, I've known the wee man for a long time. He does a bit of TV now and stuff, etc., and he's really good, and I love him to bits. And he was a great guest. You've got him. Don't miss it, by the way. Watch Kate and I in the podcast, because Lee Henry was absolutely fantastic. He really was.
Elmer, you were nodding along there.
Yeah, of course. Lee was a great player. I always speak about him with Brian Little. He always have a great praise about him. He's a good lad. He always works hard for him. He did fantastic for the football club, and outside that, he's a great man as well.
And one of her favourite stories, just to give a little teaser for those who haven't seen the podcast just yet, the bag of cash when he was in Indonesia. That was a great story.
I don't remember anything about that. Well, listen, because what he said was, he went, well, I went over and I said, will I get a bank account? This is when he went to Indonesia, by the way. And they said, no, don't worry about that. Everything will be fine. And someone turned, anyway, he was like, right, if I don't get at least some money for working and playing and training, I'm leaving. And like 2 hours later, somebody arrived and put a big bag of cash next to him, and he was like, what do you want me to do with that? Anyway, brilliant stories, wonderful memories, and he was a super guest.
An awful lot of fun, and so make sure to head to the app to catch a full episode of that in visuals, or on any of the podcast platforms that you listen to audio-wise, and you can also get the podcast on there. But if you want to see us in vision, do head to the app for that. And Darius Vassell is our next guest on the podcast also. Right, back to today's game. We've talked a little bit about the visitors, about Crystal Palace coming here today, Elmo, about the injury issues that they've been suffering themselves. Now, of course, they are currently in the relegation zone. I think 1 point from safety, though, at this point. So what are you expecting to see from them?
Of course, like the cup game, you're expecting them to be hard to beat, organized, all behind the ball. But the good thing for us today, they're missing their best player. He's the one, Izzy, make them tick. He's the one making them, scoring goals, making the assists. So it's good for us. He's not playing today, but they have some good players, that can make the difference as well. So we have to be more organized, more focused, not giving them too much space to run behind. And set pieces is most important thing. They rely on set pieces because they have a big lads, to can score from set pieces. So it's one of those areas as well. We have to do better as well today, and hopefully we can have a better result than the cup game.
We're talking about set pieces as Remy Matthews is so close to running into us, taking his corners here. Talking of set pieces the whole while.
Do you want me to take it? Do you want me to take it?
I knew that Alan would be trying to join in with this as best as he could. But that's it though, because Crystal Palace, they finished last season in good style, and what they've shown under Oliver Glasner, they're a lot better than the points total suggests at present.
No, absolutely. I think, and by the way, that's true even just from the League Cup. I was disappointed we didn't beat them in the League Cup, but then again, okay, that happens in the season, and obviously we've got Champions League to look forward to, that's fine. They're coming here, remember, off the fact that they did turn us over, and Elmo is right. Look, Izzy's the best player, he is their catalyst, he's the guy that kind of spurs them on, but you've still got the likes of Chalobah and Will Hughes and and Devenry, etc. So they've got some good players. The biggest problem is, and the wee man's absolutely right, is set pieces for us is something we have to make sure we don't give them any opportunities, because they might think in open play it's going to be tough for them to score against us, but set pieces is where they can put us under pressure. That would be one of the things I'm hoping that Unai Emery has said to the lads. Hey, everybody has to pay attention. What corners against, free kick, etc. And even sometimes when we have free kicks for us, to make sure everybody at the back is ready to rock and roll if we give the ball away. It's an important day for us today. And also for Palace, they're in a position where they don't want to be. They need to get points. They haven't won away from home and I think they've only had one win all season, so they need to get their finger out and have the same kind of form they had at the end of last season, like you quite rightly said, Kate, but hopefully not at Aston Villa's expense today.
Now, talking of Crystal Palace, of course, Unai Emery was talking about the opposition today. Now, he sat down with our media team earlier on this week.
We were keeping balance in our emotions, and now when we are the last match not winning, of course it's the same. And then how we are more or less, how we can react and come back again with good result is through our idea, our style, our capacity to play as a team collectively in the strong structure we were building, or we were creating, and we were playing, more or less being consistent. And this is the way again, how we can recover again our good matches, our really strong structure, playing, dominating the match like we plan, to keep being consistent like we were, and of course try to feel in Villa Park something special with our supporters, try to get the energy they have, the supporters supporting us and helping us, and try to play in our best form as well. Villa Park is so special. Each match in Villa Park in Champions League is amazing, but as well in Premier League and as well in Carabao Cup or FA Cup, because the supporters, they want to watch the team and the players, how they are progressing and how the team is responding there. So I am grateful for the owners, for the supporters, how they are supporting me and helping me here. The challenge for me is, again, high challenge here. It's a great challenge because I am very excited, very motivated, like I had before. But now we are in another moment in this club, really feeling very comfortable every day working, and with the result we are more or less being successful. Of course, the target is be consistent, But I am happy and really I am trying to do all my best with the experiences I have and I talked before.
Yeah, always fantastic to hear from Unai Emery, such a thoughtful thinker. And again here, something a bit different that we were showing rather than the usual press conference VT then for Unai Elmo. Just him talking about Palace now and everything that he's looking forward to for this game.
Yeah, of course. You know the manager spoke about everything in the international break. I know a few of the lads were away with their national team, but the work the manager brought and the coaching staff, you see, they doubled their work because I think it's the first time in Unai career he lost 4 games in a row. So it's not something usual for him. So he wants to react to today. He wants the players to react to today, to give something to the fans to cheer about. So it's a big game for us because all the teams around us is so close, From the 3rd to the 13th, it's only 4 points. So it's everything to play for. So it's a big game for us today. We need the 3 points.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's the fact that Villa have now gone 4 games without a win. Yep. And you know that Unai Emery, we're in the safest hands to be able to buck that trend. But that is the longest that we've gone in Unai's era. But just hearing from him there now, he's more determined than ever.
Oh, exactly. The other thing today is the lads have to realise that as well. That they're playing with a bit of a target on their back today because they know they were on a bit of a bad run, as it were, like I said, a bump in the road, etc. I mean, it is Champions League football we've been playing as well, remember, and I don't think we've played that badly, but we need to turn some of the opportunities and possession we have into chances. Listen, this is what's going to happen today, I'll guarantee you. If we start fast and put them in the back foot for the first 20 minutes and score first, they will lose heart today because they know how difficult it is to beat Aston Villa at Villa Park because they don't have their catalyst, they don't have their best players, and I think if we put them in the back foot, I think we will grind them down. If we go in leading at half-time, I'll be quite happy. But it's important the players realise today they're coming here thinking they're in a bad run. We need to put them in the back foot to remind them how good a football team we really are.
But the good thing as well, most of the players went away with the national team. They came back with more confidence because they scored. Oli scored, John McGinn scored, and Lucas Digne as well. I was surprised he's in the bench today because he had a great 2 games with France. He scored a wonderful goal. So,
2 assists with that game.
of course, and Morgan making his debut with England. So it gives them more confidence to this game today.
Right, we've heard from Unai Emery. Let's get word from his opposite number. Oliver Glasner spoke to the media earlier on this week.
When Aston Villa plays at home against Crystal Palace, the plan was 3 points. That's clear, and so this is the only thing what we know. They will play for winning the game. They will play in their style because they always play their style. And again, this is what I really. Is it admire? Is the right word? Admire with Unai Emery. It's fantastic job he's doing with his stuff. Set plays. I admire what they are doing. So creative. It's great. But but we had a good game to analyze. Our cup game there. Yeah, we know that maybe they had a lot of rotation, but the style of playing was the same. And I think also they have some doubts, some injured players, and this is now mid of or end of November. It's the same for any club, and so that's why I don't think that it changes the way Villa enters the game, and it doesn't change the way we enter the game.
Yeah, really good to hear from Oliver Glasner, and he does have a very good MO then with his team. Of course, Crystal Palace will be hoping for plenty from today's game. Now, even more poignancy though at today's game because of course we have had the 50th anniversary of the Birmingham pub bombing. So notably that we're going to have a minute's applause at halftime here at Villa Park to mark the 21 victims who were killed in those pub bombings. But alongside the city of Birmingham, the wider community, of course, our thoughts are with the victims' families and all of those who were affected by that tragedy. Now lads, back to today's game. Elmo, what do you really want to see from Aston Villa?
I just want us to win today. 3 points is the most important thing, and hopefully John McGinn have a good game and score the goals to celebrate his 250s today. And I hope today we have a clean sheet because I got Emi Martinez in my fantasy. So.
I knew it. That was on our bingo card that Elmo was going to mention his fantasy team.
Oli and John McGinn to score today.
Perfect, right. Extra points then for you on that front. I guess, Alan, does it matter as long as they win, how the win comes about. Is the 3 points the most important part, or do you want to see the performance to go with?
Well, the performance would be lovely. We're at Villa Park, everybody wants to be entertained, but I suppose after a run of 4 defeats, you probably sit in the dressing room afterwards, 1-0 in the 89th minute, go, whew, I'll take that, I'll take it. But having said that, like I've already said to you, I expect to have a cup of tea at half-time and then fully enjoy it, because we're leading at half-time. Then I'll be happy. It's not an easy game for us today. Let's not be the bones. It's the Premier Division again. We're back into the domestic stuff. They might be third bottom or fourth bottom, wherever they are, Crystal Palace. It's still a tough game. We need to start properly. Make sure they know they're in a game, and I think we'll grind them down. And I think we're too good for them today. I genuinely do. I'm hopefully going to say, I don't want them to score, Elmo. 2-0?
Yeah, me too, yeah.
2-0? I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just hoping if we're leading at half-time, we win the game.
Okay, so hoping for that clean sheet though as well, so you won 2-0. And Elmo, what was your score prediction again?
2-1.
2-1. Okay, so you still don't think that there's just that slight vulnerability at the back still?
Yeah,
teammates won't be happy with that, by the way. He's letting in a goal.
I know, yeah. maybe as it be so, but I hope, yeah, it's a clean sheet today.
Okay, well, we're hoping for some big things from them as the teams make their way back in. And it's pretty much time for us to wrap up. So, lads, a big thank you to both of you,
thank you,
for
Kate.
your time and hard work, and for lasting with the weather as well, because it has been pretty wet and wild out here. We've been pummeled by balls coming in from Crystal Palace's set pieces as well.
Beautiful day. What a day.
We have survived. It's basically, for a Scottishman, it's basically summer at this point. But that is everything from us then pitchside. To take you through today's game, as ever, is Mark Regan. Today he's going to be joined by Gary Thompson.
Hey, geezer.
All right, Oz.
Let's play Villa Park.
As long as I'm left wing.
Please, Lord, just let me play for the Villa.
Pass. 2 nice high line practice. To your right. Go to the right. Hold the line, Rob.